Welcome once again to Breakfast Central. We begin the conversation here in Nigeria. The Benue State Governor, Samuel Ortom, has withdrawn his support for the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, which is Nigeria's main opposition party, and its candidate, Atiku Abubakar. The governor accused the PDP candidate of dishonoring him as a governor and working against the interests of Benue residents. His comments come after a group of elder statesmen in Benue, the leaders of thought, also withdrew their support for Atiku over alleged hate speech and profiling of Benue people. The Benue State Governor seemed to have been angered by Atiku's comments on the recent killings by suspected headsmen in the state. And of course, we hope to put that statement for you on screen. But if you recall, Atiku Abubakar, yeah, there you have it. It says, "I am not in his campaign team. The people they appointed there, no consent from me, so I'll remain on my own. But I'm waiting. When the election comes, we shall vote the election according to the election." And that's from the Benue State Governor, Samuel Ortom. Remember also a few days ago, the River State Governor said something similar. But recall that Atiku appeared to have justified the recent killings in Benue State by Fulani herders when he said that the condemnable acts were due to sustained clashes between farmers and herders. Governor Tom also accused Atiku of working with Mietiala, a headsman group notoriously known for carrying out outrageous killings. So, with regards to this, like I said, it's pretty similar to the River State Governor, also threatening that they will not support the PDP's presidential candidate, because according to some wicked River State Governor now, Atiku Abubakar, who's their presidential candidate, was working with, according to him, enemies of River State, and people who he wasn't necessarily close to. So the Benue State Governor is doing pretty much the same thing. But I also want to take you back to a few days ago, sometime last week, when the Labour Party presidential candidate, and these are just theories, the Labour Party presidential candidate visited the Benue State to, of course, commiserate with the flood victims. I remember that the Benue State Governor was, on camera saying that if not for party affiliation, party loyalty, that he will actually support the Labour Party's candidate, and then this, coming out now. But focusing on what he is saying, the narrative over the last 7, 8, maybe 10 years of the clashes between herders and farmers, a lot of people from the Middle Belt region have argued that has always been a false narrative to make it seem like it's a clash. But what has instead been happening is the murder of these farmers and, driving them out of their territory and out of their farms by headsmen, armed headsmen who are armed with very, very dangerous weapons.
You're wondering even the access. You're wondering who gave them access to the caliber of weapons that they carry.
Absolutely. I mean, so these are people that eventually then became bandits, maybe then became unknown gunmen. There have been different names, given to these people. But if you speak with people from the Middle Belt region, from Southern Kaduna, from Benue, from Kogi, they would always argue that these have not been clashes. These aren't two sides fighting each other over, land or property or ground or whatever. It has been one side attacking the other. And so that maybe is where his anger is coming from, that the PDP's candidate is still using those terms to describe the murder of Benue State's
Let's quickly quote what the PDP presidential candidate during the session said. There were several other things he says. One of the things he says was, "I am angry with Samuel Ortom for profiling Fulanis as bandits and terrorists because I am a Fulani." So that's one of the issues now with him, because it's saying that you're basically labeling my people. It's not a thing of, we don't have, it's basically like a tribe thing. You've categorized and classified a tribe as a certain kind of, thing. It's something, it reminds me of something that happened recently on social media. Alibaba had shared a post where he made a joke talking about how, since you're not an Hausa person, you should be conversant with the use of the knife, and some people took it personal. So on the one hand, you can understand where Atiku is coming from, because truth be told, nobody really likes generalization according to tribe, because it then reeks of tribalism. But we cannot ignore the fact that there has been a problem, tackle the problem, and without generalizing and making maybe not baseless accusations, but general accusations. That might be part of what the issue is.